As we approach Dia de los Muertos, a vibrant celebration that honors the lives of loved ones who have passed, food takes on a deeply symbolic role.
And a father-son duo coming together to create a unique menu at two restaurants in the city, Maya and Tan. So joining us this morning to give us a peek into their special is founder of Richard Sandoval Hospitality, Richard Sandoval, and his son, Chef Giancarlo. So great to have both of you here. Father-son duo in action. We like that.
Yes, and nice wearing the New York Yankees cap.
Yes.
You ready? You ready for the Yankees? Okay.
Exactly.
It's a big game tonight. Before we get into it, let's talk about Dia de los Muertos and what exactly it is.
So as you said, I think it's a day of celebration. Typically when our loved ones pass away, we forget about them. So with this celebration, every year we kind of bring them back to life. We bring them back to our, into our homes. So we do an ofrenda, which is kind of an altar. We put their pictures, and then we'll cook a meal based on what they used to like.
Right.
And if they'd like to drink tequila, we'll throw some tequila on the floor and kind of pass it on to them. So yeah, it's a day of celebration, so we don't forget our our loved ones that passed away.
I love that. It's such a great tradition.
It is.
Now you are quite a trailblazer when it comes to contemporary Latin cuisines. You work with you have 66 locations.
Yeah, don't remind me. It makes me nervous.
Over 6? No, but that's a lot, and it's across 4 continents, right? So tell us about this mentorship program that you have.
Right. So we have kind of this cohort program called Old Ways, New Hands. So pretty much what what I'm doing is, last year me and my team decided that as I kind of maybe look forward towards retirement, there's a lot of information in my brain that we need to download. And we can't put a chip in and kind of put it into a computer. So it was a part of passing my legacy on to the newer generations. And as we have my son here, it's also passing on to him, the restaurants and everything that I've learned over 30 years, and kind of share with people, the knowledge that I've acquired, right?
Yeah.
Love that.
And you wanted to get into it.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely.
Since a kid?
Yes. It's such a great reward, like working with my dad. And what's better than eating food, great food with your own father? So.
And I told him not to do it,
right?
Because restaurant industry is very, very challenging.
Yeah, it can be.
But they chose to do this. So
let's talk about some of the dishes that are on a limited time menu right now at your two restaurants, right?
Right. So we have this special kind of celebration we do every year, started October 2nd till November 2nd. To celebrate Day of the Dead. And tonight we have a dinner at Maya, and then tomorrow we have at Tan. And what we're going to be making here is enmolada, kind of like similar to an enchilada, but instead of using a tomatillo or a red salsa, we use mole, which is an amazing sauce. So if Giancarlo wants to help us so you can get started. First, we have some tortillas here. As you see, they're a little bit shiny. We put a little bit of oil so they don't break when because they have to be pliable.
Yeah.
So we add a little bit of oil. Then he's adding a little bit of duck, which
That's duck.
Yes. You can use chicken or beef or whatever you prefer, but being a special occasion, we said no, let's go a little more unique and let's do some duck.
Okay.
Again, you put the duck in. You can feed it in its own fat and then kind of roll it up.
Okay.
Once you roll them up, he'll put them on a plate. We'll put this over here.
Yeah, we'll move this.
So are your recipes inspired by family recipes?
Yes, and kind of that's what Old Ways and New Hands comes into play. As a kid, I grew up with my grandmother. In her house, and everything evolved around food. And so, it's Old Ways, New Hands. So I've taken all her recipes and things I learned from her and put them into my new hands. So it's a kind of generational thing, right? I'm transferring, like she transferred to me, it's going to them. You have, your mole sauce. Mole, for those that don't know what it is, it's a very, very great sauce that I love because it's, it has chocolate, it's very savory, sweet, a lot of dried chilies, a lot of spices, a lot of herbs. So it's kind of very deep in flavor. Without a little bit of crema fresca. Again, I think it's important with food, at least that's the way I think about it, is maybe making sure it's balanced. So you have a mole which is a little heavy, so with a little crema fresca, we'll kind of lighten it up and kind of cleanse our palate a little bit of queso fresco.
Okay.
And then, also, again, we got to make sure that we garnish it with a little bit of, microgreens, some tomatoes, a little bit of radishes, a little bit of, of onions. So, so we'll be serving some of these dishes, at Maya, tonight, tomorrow at Tan, and kind of, keep the celebration going on.
Do you take it off the menu after those 2 days?
We do.
Oh,
man. Run, don't walk.
Yeah.
So, Giancarlo, do you remember growing up as a kid? Did you watch your dad?
Yes.
In the kitchen?
I watched him all the time, and he would take me with him as well. And he would take me just to peel carrots or peel some stuff in the kitchen, and I was so nervous. I would walk in there, and I see all these men in there and women, and they're cooking. Everything's hot, loud noises, a little bit of yelling and screaming. And,
And you're like, I want to be a part of the yelling and screaming.
I want to be. There's a funny story. We were filming a show in Michoacan for for avocados, and he was only about 7 or 8 years old, right? So we're sitting in the market, and obviously, you know, we have to taste things. So we go to this kind of kiosk that has all these cheeses, and it was full of flies. So Carl's kind of looking at it and go, oh God, am I going to have to taste that? And I said, yes. And so I grab a piece and I hand it over to him, and in his mind, he's going, what are you doing, Dad?
Yeah, I just turned bright red. I was like, do I really have to try this piece of cheese?
So do you want us to try either?
Yes,
we'll try-
absolutely. Here, I'll give you a
Okay.
fork here.
You try it. Go ahead.
Okay. Here. Oh,
Go ahead.
He's
I'm
like-
gonna follow you.
okay. Okay. No, I don't like the silence. Continue speaking, gentlemen.
Yeah. So this is today, tomorrow price. Is there a price? What's the price? For
Yeah,
this? Is
I
it a
think
special price?
Yeah, it's about a $79
prefix
prefix
meal?
menu.
Yeah.
You get the appetizer, the entree, a dessert,
Great.
and then
my
the
God,
drinks
we
are
love a
the
prefix.
drinks are on you, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how it usually
Okay, I'm taking a second bite because it's so
Okay,
good.
go ahead. Oh,
But see the flavor in the mole,
when
how
she goes back for more.
the diversity of the flavors. You get the chocolate, because people think mole chocolate, that really doesn't go well, right?
All right,
Okay.
we got to go. We're out of time, but it was
Thank
great
you.
to have you check both their restaurants out.